got a collection that I've collected over my lifetime. I have the original car that my uncle gave me when I was 16, or truck. We have the Duesenberg, the Cobras, we have water cars, we have a little bit of everything.
Trucks, roadsters, coupes, and convertibles, even concept cars.
Like a lot of people do that love cars, you just can't turn one down, so you buy another one, and first thing you know, you got a warehouse full and a museum full.
And that's exactly what Mel Martin has, a museum, which happens to be a showcase for his own personal collection of rare cars.
Probably one of the largest collections in the United States in a museum. There's some private collections that are bigger, but not in a museum.
The nonprofit Martin Auto Museum in Glendale is not only the largest in Arizona, it's also different from other car museums. Yes, there are a few velvet ropes surrounding the more delicate displays, but most of these babies are here for you to really get a feel for what it'd be like to take one driving out on the road.
I believe that the young people and the old people, if they want to get in a car, get in it and take a picture. Most museums, you get 4 or 5 feet from the car and the horn goes off. And I don't think that's the way you see and enjoy classic cars.
That's because his museum is dedicated to his passion, a passion Mel loves to share.
This is the supercharge, and this is all the exhaust. I'm an old mechanic. I started as a mechanic. I love to work on them. Even at my age, I still like to work on the mechanical part of it.
Mel tells us he's been in the automobile business since he was 17. First a body shop business, then a towing company.
Early 70s, we opened the auto auction, and then I got serious about collecting. And at one time, I had 105 Mustangs.
Mel has now expanded his portfolio.
We've got a little bit of everything. We've got the old stuff. We got a replica of the 1886 Benz, the first patented gasoline car ever built. We have a whole row of Cadillacs.
And look at all those Mustangs. In all, Mel has more than 150 automobiles on display, with more to come.
This facility is 107,000 feet, has 700 parking spaces, and 2 big event rooms. So we feel that this is the ultimate in the museum industry.
And check out this 1965 Shelby Cobra, once owned by Carroll Shelby himself. He even signed the dashboard.
This car has 6 miles on it, so it's probably one of the rarest there is around. It's got 500 horsepower V8 in it, and it's all aluminum.
Out of all these magnificent machines, Mel's favorites are still his 1917 Douglas dump truck, his very first, and this 1930 convertible Duesenberg J boat tail speedster.
It has hydraulic brakes, synchronized transmission. They were so far ahead of the normal industry. Nobody in 1930 had that type of car.
The museum also has one of the largest collections of auto memorabilia, including these antique gas pumps and signs. And there is one attraction with a very different kind of horsepower.
We also have a carousel. It is really a lot of fun for the kids and the adults.
Mel even set up a game room for the kids, full of vintage video games, foosball, and rides. Once a collector, always a collector. As Mel says, if you love cars, you just can't turn one down.
I think we've bought 21 since the first of the year. We got more room now. So
it's truly a collection of a lifetime. and one visitors can ride home about.
Here at Cerreta's, my grandpa created a recipe for milk chocolate, and we have that specially made for us. Our milk chocolate separates us from other people. Our bean is aged for 7 years, which is about 2 years longer than most people. It allows the product to be a little bit sweeter without being as bitter. My grandfather learned the trade from his father-in-law in Canton, Ohio. He learned it as a teenager, and as an early adult, he hauled up his 8 kids, put 8 kids in a station wagon, bought one piece of equipment from his father-in-law, and drove across America and started here in Arizona.
We just love this place. We get tons and tons of candy to send to family because, like, my mom loves chocolate, and so does his mom, and they love the mints. We get the mints a lot.
French mint's our best-selling piece. It's a green mint. Kind of funny, my grandpa is a product he made, and he brought it home to my grandma to sample to see how she liked it. And he brought home about 12 pieces, expecting let's eat 3 or 4 each, and then we'll pick it apart and realize what we're gonna do to it. Well, by the time he came out, after changing from work, my grandma ate them all. So it was sold, and after that, they started making French mint. Super fortunate growing up. I got to grow up in a candy factory, kid in a candy store. It is what you can imagine. You had an 8-year-old in the stock room throwing chocolates at people when they came in and out. You have marshmallow fights on the floor. We still have marshmallow fights today. I started here when I was a teenager, basically mopping, and then I grew into some different packaging and wrapping, and then I grew into the chocolate area where that's most of my specialty is, and knowing how to process chocolate. I've been working here full-time for 20 years, and I eat chocolate every day, and even part-time starting, we'll say, at 7 years old. But so no, I do not get sick of chocolate. I love it, I eat it every day. Here at Cerreta's, we have a lot of old-fashioned recipes besides chocolate. We work in a kitchen on breakback cookers, meaning we do toffees, brittles, caramels, taffies. We're really wide across the board when it comes to old-fashioned traditional candy.
They have a variety for anybody and everybody, and even though you might have your own favorites, they always have things for other people too.
We have an Arizona-themed taffy, which has a prickly pear, a saguaro blossom. We do a jalapeno brittle made with jalapenos, which has the flavor and the color. It's really good. One of the unique things that always stands out to people, we have fresh jalapenos dipped in chocolate. They're not sugar-coated, there's nothing, they're not cooked. It is a fresh jalapeno dipped in chocolate. And people love them. They're fun to take to your brother. But we also have a niche of people that come in like once a week because they have to have their chocolate jalapeno. We have about 20 employees, and of the 20 employees, there's pockets of 5, 6 people that are related to each other. So family, business, all the way around, not just our family, but families working with us. With our family background, we wanted to see other families. So we do a lot of hands-on activities for families and school groups, so kids can come in and make a chocolate pizza, decorate a bear. We do different themes for different holidays. We do personalization as well, so we can personalize whatever chocolate that you like with some custom handwriting or whatever you want written on there. We do tours Monday through Friday. They are guided, so they'll explain some different processes and processing and give a little family history as well. All of us in Glendale, we get the shop on the corner, so it's pretty easy to pop in and get some candy. But we do have a online site as well. And then we're in pretty much every Safeway in Arizona and every AJ's. We're in a few hit and miss spots, so you can always call us and we'll point you in a closest direction to your house. Or order online, we'll get it delivered to your door.
That candy is amazing, and it's homemade, which is something you don't see very often.